program. It was led us the longest home winning streak in the college football playoff era. It's 4-16. It's goal line stand after goal line stand after goal line stand. It's making the catch when it matters the most. It's giving everything you have for everyone that came before you. This is what time boys. The new dog can say it Watkins. Y'all build this on this program, on this university, or die. Now, no matter what that is, now 85,000 versus Air 11. So before you run down this table, remember this. I'm not going to give 130% to keep their first hand off my life.
Listen, man, University of Miami fans want to know one thing. Does University of Miami have a chance to get James Williams?
Definitely do have a chance.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida.
When you on the field, is it pregame? Like, is it ever? Are you ever afraid? Does you ever feel fear, or do you ever feel pressure?
Nervous.
You ever feel pressure?
Not one bit.
None of that.
No.
Who's been your tough defender? Like, who's guarded you the tough?
Yeah, who's the toughest person you played?
I don't see nobody.
I knew he was gonna say that, man. He was gonna give it the damn hood.
That's what I'm for. I'm a playmaker. I love receiving. I love to catch the ball. I love to go over people's head.
Yeah.
You know, so I just gotta do what I do.
University of Miami, they land you, and then they land the number one. We call him football player, number one player in the nation, James Williams.
Yeah.
Both playing the same position, right? How do you envision that working? Are they telling you how that's gonna work, or?
Well, I feel like me and James two different safeties. And I'm more of the ball hogging safety. He's more of the rangy playing, like you couldn't say like in the box, but like a striker position, strong safety.
Right.
And I'm more of the free safety. So I already know in practice that's gonna just build great competition. And when the game comes, it's gonna be easy.
That's what's
Because
up.
I know we go hand in hand because it's like we're the same person.
Right.
So he has like his strengths and weaknesses, and I have my strengths and weaknesses. And we're gonna he can feed off of me, learn how to, I guess, be more of the free safety, then I can learn off of him, be more of like a closer to the box safety.
Right.
So I feel like we just gonna make each other better.
Yeah, James played free safety. He wanted to play free safety. He was big on that. But James will never be back at free safety. James be close to the line, this linebacker sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But that's
just him helping his team win.
That's his chess. Yeah, that's him playing chess with the team. I totally get. I covered James since he was that big, bro. I've known him all his life.
I just feel like every time it's just man on man. If he wins the battle, then there goes the play. He doesn't break on the run, or if this person like doesn't take that step, or certain things. It just, I feel like you beat your man every play, then you got the best chance to stop any team, or vice versa.
Yeah.
5-star. Lean loyalty. 6'12", 276 pounds.
After that, I just started going crazy. Tackles after tackle.
Yeah, the first play was like a tackle for loss, like 6.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't touch you, like.
Yeah, like they did.
Explain to me, though. Like, what is that about? Like, how do they not? You 6'5", 300 pounds. Is it something? Is it a swim move? Is something you do? Like, they don't see you? You're teleporting? What's going on?
I'm too fast for long.
They don't realize you that fast when the game starts. Like,
I'm gonna be the best player on the field. Like, I just gotta show the world. Like, I'm the true 50. I'm the next 56 up. The next. I'm gonna just go crazy this year. Like, show people like, wow, at 56. Like, show them like I want to take care of my mom. I want to put in a big house, stupid cars, big pool in the backyard. Put on for my brothers, my nieces and nephews, like coaches. I think all of them boys for like having me here at this like position that I'm in now, cause like it took hard work and dedication. Without all of them to guide me in the right path, I wouldn't be here today. So I think all of them for like helping me out. Like, yeah.
It's gonna take 3 motherfucking days, and that's what shit.
Big time players step up in big game. All the criticizing, all that is over, baby. Big time players step up in big game.
yo, what's good, man? What's good? What's good, man? I'm D, and we about to talk about everything. 13 yards in the first half, 8 yards in the first half to Bitcoin. 786-405-9499. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, market opens in the morning. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, we did 800% on the play Friday. 800% on the play Friday. About to have some fun here today, bro. We're going to bring my boys in, man. We're going to talk a little bit about stats. We're going to look at some of the stats and some of the first half notes, some of the stuff y'all knew and didn't know. Yeah, we're gonna have a little fun here today, man. The way we're gonna do this today, man. We're gonna get y'all involved. We're gonna have a little fun here. The way we do this, we do this today. I'm gonna bring my boys in here. We're gonna kind of do it like in the debate way. I'm gonna let Rich and Mehdi and argue points, argue each side's points of things that's going on in football. Mainly Hurricane football, and let you get both sides of the arguments, and then we're going to let y'all vote. We're going to do stuff a little different here today, man. But 786-405-9499, number scrolling at the bottom, just send us a text. I'm not your financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. We just show you what we do. You come in there, you can watch us trade, and you can copy it if you want to. We write down, basically we just put down a bunch of stuff we do. I went to Clemson. I traveled out to Clemson yesterday. The second time I went to Clemson, and this time I tried to capture it. This time I tried to capture it for people to see, what's going on there, like what's going on in Clemson, or what Clemson really looks like. I tried to capture it this time. I know Rich gonna be pissed. When I when I show a video, but oh well. So driving there, I was like, hey, listen, we was like 6 miles out. I said, hey, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show 6 miles out. I'm gonna show everybody what Clemson looks like outside of Clemson. Like what is Clemson? I don't know. What is Clemson? A city, a town, a hut? I don't know what it is. I want to show people what it looks like outside here, out in town in Clemson. Like what's outside of Clemson. So I said, I'm gonna record when we get maybe 3 miles, 2 miles. Close to the campus. I'm gonna start recording and show people what's here. So I made a little video. I'm gonna show y'all too. I made a little video. I'm gonna show y'all too. Okay, I'm gonna pull that in here. I'm gonna pull that. Oh, there you go, right there. Bam. This is me. This is my tour.
I'm just saying. What you're looking at is look for 5 country. A good Friday night in Clemson, South Carolina is probably tipping cows or something like that. But they get ballers to come here all the time. The nightmare's over. What you're looking at is, that you look for a second. This is me 5 to 6 miles outside of Clemson University. What you see is Nathan. It's Mayberry. Country. A good Friday night in Clemson, South Carolina is probably tipping cows or something like that. But they get ballers to come here all the time. The nightmare's over. Hey man, I'm just saying. What you're looking at is, that you look for a second. This is me 5 to 6 miles outside of Clemson University. What you see is Nathan. It's Mayberry. Country. A good Friday night in Clemson, Carolina, cows or something like that.
I'm gonna bring Richard here in a second, man. Hold up, man. I'm gonna bring Richard here in a second. Rich probably back there getting pissed off. So listen, we got to get the 75% likes in order to open the chat up for everybody. Got to get the 75% in order to open the chat up for everybody. We're gonna get this down packed, man. But we ain't even gotta say it no more. Right now we got 50 likes. Oh, we got 100 people in here. So we gotta get the 75%. We'll bring you in here. Rich, that bothers you, dog?
I mean, you ain't take 123. You know, Highway 123 with the tiger paws on the street, stuff like that, where it's welcoming you to Clemson and all that. But I get it. You know, it's the country. It's the
So you
country.
gotta go. So you gotta go into Clemson the right way in order to see. In order
That's
to
right.
not see what. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
you went through Anderson, South Carolina, or something.
We came from Atlanta.
Yeah, you got off of 85 probably near Anderson. Yep.
Kyle. Kyle. Rich back
Yo,
there
yo,
getting
yo.
offended. Rich back there getting offended.
I know. I know. Back to punching walls and shit.
Ah, man, that ain't the real Clemson. The real Clemson. That ain't the real Clemson. Ah, street you. Man, I don't know about Rich, dog. You still got that Clemson hat on, dog? I don't know, dog.
I mean, it's in the closet.
That ain't the real Clemson, man. You went and showed it. Yeah, man. So I just wanted people to see, man, outside of Clemson, bro. And I also want y'all to see our guys before the game starts. I did all this for Don Chaney. He didn't even play. Will Shipley didn't do shit either. You know how I got. Always fired up. It don't matter. Huff always fired up, man. It's just hard. It's just hard for me to believe that Huff don't ever get to play like he don't get a. He always fired up like he in a good mood, dog. But y'all see our guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they're looking.
I was just looking at that. I was like, that's Huff.
I wish I could show you the other side. They're looking at a stadium full of people. Clemson is standing up there at the top of the hill. Like it's an epic like visual. You know what I'm saying? I wish Twan was there. I'm gonna take Twan to all the games with me next year. My shooting day is over, though. I don't shoot like that no more. Epic atmosphere, and we always look. I thought it was focused. Everybody don't look like Huff. Let's just say that. Yeah, man. It's not. We got like a clicker, man. Man, we got like a click of kids, on the bench, man. They just there, dog. Like the transfer portal click. I don't even know if they even watched the game. They just there in front of the dang old hand warmers, dog. We'll talk about some names, man. We'll talk about some names in the football villain chat tonight, man. But yeah, man, it was a click of kids, man. They just there. They just there. You could tell they just wait for December 5th. Don said he looked shook. Don it. They don't. I know for a fact it look like they don't be having fun. I mean, it just looks like that to me. It looks like they don't be having fun. I don't know, bro. So real fast, man, y'all third quarter, did y'all feel we had a chance in the third quarter?
Not really. I just wanted to see
That's when
some
I
better
seen the
performances.
sideline. That's when the sideline came to life, to be honest with you. They could see it. They could see that after all that went on, that they had a chance. There was one score away from maybe being down 7 or 8, you know what I'm saying? And they started getting fired up on the sideline. The coaches started getting fired up. They felt it. I don't know how I felt on TV. So what you said, Kyle?
You could see it now. You could see them getting fired up. You saw the emotion. You saw a potential swing, but did I think we had a chance? Nah. I just wanted to see us perform. That's all. I thought,
Yeah.
okay, here goes some momentum. Never thought we was gonna win. I just wanted to see us perform better and make it somewhat of a game. But they did get up. You know.
Yeah, they started getting up. So listen, man, here goes some first half stuff. First half, individual stuff. Making the second star, Ja'Cory Brown finished first half with 13 yards on 4-8 passing. Mallory had 2 catches. Kobe Young had 2 catches. God damn. Defensive, Miami total 3 tackles for loss and 2 sacks in the first half. Cam Kitchens had a career high 9 total tackles in the first half. He added 1 tackle for loss and 1 PBU. Jafari Harvey and Akeem Mesidor each credited for half sacks. Lou Headley averaged 53 yards. That's the first half notes that they gave us. Cam Kitchens out there literally playing with one arm, bro. Literally. I don't know what it looked like on TV. But literally playing with one arm. Flag went out like in the first quarter. I stood next to Flag Dad throughout the whole game. Listen, man. Like, good guy. He thought Miami, man. He was there cheering. He thought Miami had a chance. Like, he was just cheering like good dude. You know what I'm saying? Good hearted dude, positive dude. You could tell where Flag get it from. You know what I'm saying? Who was the ESPN lady next to me? Did y'all see in the group? Y'all be talking so fast. Y'all be spewing out all that negativity so fast that y'all can't even slow down. Slow down. Who was that ESPN lady next to me? Did somebody see I posted a picture of her? Who was she?
They said her name in the group. It was Christine Button or something like that. Christine Button or something. I was just like, bro, you gotta watch yourself. Be eyeballing them folks up there.
Why?
All right, Streeter. Well, I'm gonna have to go to Pickens County and get you out of there.
I'm telling you.
You can't even look.
Man, look.
Oh, we don't want to test it. That's all we know. We don't want to test it.
You on your own.
Mm-hmm. Nah, they said it was Christine Budden or something like that.
Christine Budden.
Yeah, I think your last name was Budden, like Joe Budden.
Me and Kappa was right there sweating and gawking over the whole time. Like, ask her name, dog. When you ask her name, ask her what her name is. She had a little tights on. Christine Button.
I'm just taking a guess at the name. I just remember it.
I don't be knowing them people like that, man.
They changed so much though, bro. There's so many of them now. It used to be the same old staples, you know what I'm saying? But it gets so many, especially when it comes to the women.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what game that is, though. Like what game is that she's calling? Like what channel that game? What channel was that game on?
That was ESPN.
It was on ESPN.
Oh, that was on regular ESPN?
Regular ESPN.
Yeah, no Bally Sports. No Bally's.
Bro, I'm just We're gonna get this thing going, man. But when it comes to our fan base, dog, once again, I run into a rabid fan base. You talking about crazy dudes, man. They was yelling in the first quarter, DJ Ivy, why the fuck do you even have a helmet? I was like,
Yeah, the Clemson fans were right. Or our fans.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. DJ Ivy, he was just yelling DJ Ivy name for no reason. I don't know what research he did. I don't know if he got a cousin that go to Miami. I don't know, but he had an issue with DJ Ivy, dog.
So they even know about Ivy. God, all the way up there.
DJ
Or they
Ivy,
think they know.
Who gave you a helmet? But dog, their passion, dog, like their passion. The reason they come to the game, dog, it's just envious to me, dog. I envy it. I wish we had it, man. Like I said, they go to the game to help their team win.
Win or lose.
Yeah, we come to the game hoping.
Yeah, but you gotta be psychologically. You gotta be to me. You kind of gotta psychologically be a weirdo to be that bought in like that. I'm sorry, I can't. You know, no offense to nobody, but
what you mean, dog?
Dude, that's
Wait
almost.
a minute.
That's
Wait a
almost.
minute. That walk down there. That walk down the hole, dog. What you mean, dog? First of all, I think it'd be kids, right? First of all, I think it's the kids. I think it's the kids that act like that. The Cameron crazy kids. Right?
Nah, be adults too. I can guarantee that.
No, you think it'd be adults, dog?
Yeah, that ain't just good, bro.
And I hate to do this because I don't like to talk about players on the team like that, but I could only imagine like in the morning a dad, talking to the rest of the tailgaters and they having breakfast. And he's like, we're going to go after number 8. What's his name? Ivy? Yeah, we're going to go after that
boy. Hey, Rich, they were game planning. Boy, those scouting the game plan.
Oh, man.
Y'all wrong, man. How many likes we got, man? Let's see if we can get this chat open. Listen, 70%. We got 78 likes, 156. We still somewhere around 45%. Rich, you saw that, boy, that Miami-Dade? You saw that? Still somewhere. We got to get it up to 70, and we'll open the chat for everybody. Only the football villains can chat right now. The people with the badges, the football villains, they're the only ones that can comment in the comment section.
Yeah, man. We need to get to about 120.
Huh?
I ain't giving I'm not giving my like till it get to where it needs to be. I be saving my like. Y'all gotta work for it.
We'll say he ain't giving his like. And the people still filing in here now. I ain't pulling nobody in here yet, but I'm gonna start pulling people in here in a second. So listen, like I said, we're gonna do it a little different today, man. We're gonna talk about some of these situations we got at Miami, maybe just some football situations. And Rich and we're gonna debate, and I maybe get into it too. And we'll debate for maybe a minute. Let Rich and let Kyle make their point on either side, and then we'll let y'all vote in the comment section who won. And I think this is a better way that we can talk about some of these issues that we see, because I mean, we have a mundane performance. We come in here, we do post-game show, we get in here, we cry, we crap, we say it's Gaddis, we say it's the off defense, we say it's the hurt. It sounds all the same. So we're gonna do a little different today. I was trying, dog. I don't know what happened to the picture, dog. I took a picture, dog. I took a picture of me, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to the picture, dog. It disappeared or something. I don't know where it's at.
One part I didn't like is the commentators salivating over Clemson D line. Every time they'll make a good play, yeah, man, they'll make a good play and they'll be like, they'll pan over to all 4 D linemen as they wait on the next play, and they're like, look at them, look like first rounders to me, don't they? Don't they look like first rounders? Oh man,
how many of them first rounders?
Probably
According to them, they said all of them.
right. And Brazil wasn't even
Literally,
playing.
they
He used
said
to.
that.
Damn, all of them. DJ Ukulele. You say all of them first rounders though?
And that dude is not good.
Yeah.
Well, no. What he said, what they said was all of them was gonna be top 50 picks. So
He threw an interception yesterday. How many he threw?
yeah.
DJ. I think he threw one or two.
You threw one Ivy,
double check.
right?
Let's see.
Yep, one Ivy. Cam almost had one, but it wouldn't have been you lady's fault though. But Cam almost had one. Cam basically had one. He just dropped it.
You say he's not that good.
And,
I think he
one
probably
thing.
he probably had like 21
He's not that
touchdowns,
good,
25 interceptions.
He is.
He's
at.
not that good. If we could have got into a situation where our front seven could contain all that stuff, and we was forcing him to go downfield, no, that would have been a game in our favor. That man is not that good. That's just my opinion. I apologize.
Why you apologize?
Because I don't want to just, he obviously got some decent numbers. I don't want to just throw him like that, but he's not that good. Not in my eyes.
No, he listen, he didn't have to be good yesterday. The man had 8 seconds to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have to be good yesterday. Like, he had 8 seconds to pass the ball. We got a hole in the middle of our defense. I don't know where it came from. But here we go. Wait a minute. Do y'all hear the fans saying Ivy? Y'all thought I was joking.
No, I would not.
Huh?
Nah,
y'all
he
hear
was
the fans
asked
saying
would we take him at Miami. I said no.
No.
Yeah, they screaming a whole bunch of stuff.
Ivy. They saying Ivy. Listen. I rewind it for y'all. Medi, I'm about to put you in a second, dog. They saying Ivy.
Wow. I can hear him.
Those are kids, Kyle. Children.
No, it ain't. Look, that girl mama right behind that girl mama right behind her. Look at that old man right there.
This little boy right here, I don't know who this little boy is, but I don't know. They kept putting the Jumbotron on him. He was dancing the whole night. Ivy.
Yeah, they showed that on the live game too.
What?
The little boy.
The whole night they kept showing that little boy. I don't know if he part of the show or what. Manny.
What's up?
What's good, bro? You in here?
Yeah.
All right. So listen, man. We're gonna do this, man. We're gonna do this in a way. We're gonna debate a few things that we have going on and let y'all both make an argument. Then in the comment section, y'all can go ahead and vote after. They both have made their argument. Got a couple right here. Anyone particularly y'all want to start with?
Let's start with Kevin Steele.
Chris Young in here. I need my lifeline. Well, Chris Young at? I'm gonna need my lifeline just in case I get stuck.
I ain't seen him in here yet.
Oh,
I ain't seen him in here yet.
He in here. He's in the chat.
He is?
Yep.
Let's check these likes, man. Let's check these likes. So the first one I'll start with The first one I'll start with is you said Kevin Steele, Rich.
Yeah.
Now let's start with something juicier, man. Let's start with them 8 yards, man. We're gonna start with 8. We're gonna start them 8 yards. We're gonna start with Coach Gaddis. We're gonna start with Coach Gaddis' offense. Yesterday. We're gonna start with Coach Gaddis. We're gonna start with Coach Gaddis overall. Debate on why should Mario bring Coach Gaddis back or should he be fired? And Rich, you argue why Gaddis should come back, and Kyle, you argue why he should be gone. Nah,
All right.
No problem.
I got that. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check these likes and y'all figure out y'all side. Y'all both gonna get about a minute. A minute long enough.
Yeah, that's long enough.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we have. Let me see how many likes we got. A 100 likes. So maybe we can open this thing. Oh, and we got 190 people in here. We had about 55%. We're trying to get up to 75%, 70%. Where we at, Rich? 70, 75.
If we can get to 70, that would be great, especially with 190 folks. So we can get to like 140 or something like that. That would be dope.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that boy's tripping, man. It don't take nothing to hit the like button, man. Come on, man.
That's it. When you come in, just hit the like button.
Boy's killing me with that Kevin Aluminum shit. That shit was so funny.
What?
they yesterday in the group me they called him Kevin Aluminum instead of Kevin Steele.
He was pissed off at the end when that tight end caught that pass across the middle.
Well, we debating Gaddis right now.
And
right.
you debating
We'll
what side you got, Rich? You debating for him?
Yeah, I'm debating for him.
For him to come back, and Cal, you saying you debating that he should get canned.
Right.
Let me know when to go.
Argument your point.
You ready?
We gotta come up with a name for this.
All right, maybe next time good cop, bad cop, or something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
Gaddis, this gonna be hard, boy. Gaddis got a black defense to turn in. I don't know, bro.
Come on now, somebody argue for Jeffrey Dahmer, Cal. This is easy.
That's true. I got it.
Come on now. Somebody went to bat for Charles Manson, dog.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Rich. You got it.
Just get into your line mode. Think that your girlfriend standing there, she just went through your phone. Get your head right, Cal. Get your head right, dog. Let's go.
I mean, for me, it's a couple things that stand out as to why.
You gotta hit the buzzer. Rich be ready to talk, don't he? You gotta get a minute, dog. Let's see if Siri could give you a minute. Hey Siri. Sound my alarm in a minute and a half.
I set your alarm for 5:42 p.m.
Let's go.
All right. So it's a couple points why Gaddis has to stay. Number one, the biggest reason why we are not a dynasty anymore is because we don't have any continuity on offense or defense with any of our coaches. And for me, it's all about giving him that second year so that you can get the players that you need, the personnel that you need to run the offense that you want to run, because it's obvious that he didn't have that. The other part for me is he didn't bring in any support staff with him. So everybody that was brought in on that offensive side of the ball who's a coach are all Mario guys. So I feel like there's familiarity that needs to be had with the coaches, with the players, bringing in the right Jimmys and Joes. That way they can execute the X's and O's the way that they should execute it. And after next year, if it's the same thing with different personnel, then I definitely say let's give him the boot. But let's give him that second year for continuity and for the sake of having the kids in the system that they're familiar with.
Stop. So that's your argument on why Gaddis should stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kyle, hold on. I'm gonna give you a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna argue why Gaddis should go, right?
Yep.
When I say go, go. All right, it's on you, bro.
All right. The easiest talking points I could hit that I'm just gonna point them out is that Gaddis went 2 games without a touchdown, and then yesterday he went a whole half and only managed to muster up 8 yards. For me personally, I think Gaddis should go simply because there's too much confusion. Kids are not happy. Nobody's playing well. We had a Heisman potential quote unquote quarterback that came in that kind of just slid down. The adjustments haven't been there. Yesterday there was so much confusion going on. The team never looks prepared. Same thing the game before. It just doesn't look like it's going forward. Each game you're supposed to get better and better, and it's like we're either at a standstill or we're going backwards. So, and all in all, just the philosophy itself, not the scheme, the way he does things, it doesn't look professionally run enough to where we can actually advance. Kids need structure. We need guidance and not confusion. Too much confusion around Gaddis.
That's it. You finished?
Oh yeah, that's all I need. That's an easy one.
All right, we ain't even take up all this time. All right, man, let us know in the comment section. Take your own personal feelings out of it. Who won that argument, dog? Can I say he went 2 games without scoring a touchdown? How rare is that?
Right there.
Is that rare? How rare is that?
2 games, dog. That's a long time, bro. That's ridiculous. In today's college football,
huh?
Maybe a team like Prairie View or something back in the day. And it's not that my argument was better than Rich's. It's just to be on that side is just too easy.
Yeah. Right.
So Medi gonna be the tiebreaker?
No.
Can you help me out, Medi?
No.
No, he'll get his own.
No, he gonna get his own. He'll get his own topic.
Yeah.
So all right, so the next one is, do we beat Pitt? And maybe you don't get to say, man, I don't care, we pissed down our leg. I'm looking forward to 2025. Nope, you gotta argue this shit, Medi, all right? So the question is, do we beat Pitt? Kyle, argue yes. Medi, argue why we won't beat Pitt. If y'all want to switch, y'all switch.
Yeah, I'll let Rich, you can take this one. I want to get on the Kevin Steele one. I'll let you have this one.
All right, cool.
So you arguing why we will beat Pitt. We will, and Medi gonna argue why we won't beat them.
Okay.
All right. So wait up. Let me give y'all a minute. You got that, Medi?
Yeah.
Motherfucking Pitt. What time is it? All right, Medi, you're gonna go first, all right?
Yeah. Long story short, this team, I watched some of Pitt Duke yesterday, and and it pains me to even be saying this, but that game was competitive, like at least between those two teams. We are at a point where, and I'm not going to sit here and lie, a lot of it's our fault. We saw the sexy hires and all these things, and then realize and understand the work that comes behind this. So essentially we are even more let down because it really is to become like a Miami versus everybody type situation. It's not Miami as in Miami in the fan base, it's Miami and Miami in as the school and organization, and against our fans, the media, our media, everybody. But I say all that to say those two teams look competitive. Miami didn't. Now there is an opportunity, but I just don't foresee it right now. I think there's too many internal things going on in that locker room that scream to
Time up.
us not being successful.
Time up. Oh, did you get to your point, Maddie?
Yeah, no.
You made it confused.
I didn't think you did.
Everybody confused.
Rich.
All right.
What side are you arguing, Rich? Well, we will beat them, right?
Yeah, well, we will beat them.
So if y'all just getting in here, man, we're doing a little different, man. We just arguing sides of, and I think I'm gonna give y'all more time so y'all won't be rushing. So we ain't making this damn Jeopardy. All right. So I'm gonna give y'all 3 minutes. Right?
2 minutes is good.
Two?
Okay.
2 minutes is good.
I give y'all 3 minutes so it'll be no stress. So it's no stress about, you know what I'm saying? Cool. I just want y'all to get y'all point across so we can experience this, both sides of these things. So Rich, you about to argue why we will beat them, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rich, you ready?
I'm ready. Man, first and foremost, this is the last game of the season. All the fans gonna come out to this game, enjoy that tailgate with X, with Footballville, and because we're gonna have the fan base on our side, I believe the players are gonna be hype about this game. It's going to be a game where a lot of guys who are going to transfer, they could put something on tape so that way they can get out of the transfer portal when they get in the transfer portal. And I also think it's a game where Mario is going to be doing some recruiting, and we just need to look good. And not only that, but we got something to play for. If we win that 6th game, that means we go to a bowl game and we get those extra 15 practices. We want to do that. Mario wants to do that. Gaddis wants to do that. I think with the coaching staff too, the way we beat Georgia Tech, we put 35 points on them. I know it was a joint effort, offense and defense, but I believe that we want to come out here and do the same thing with Pitt, with a quarterback that's going to be starting his 3rd game against a defense that's not Clemson, that's not potential top 50 picks in the draft. So I believe that we're more battle tested than we were a month ago. And I believe that with Ja'Curry at the helm, even though our offense sputtered, I think against a team that's not as staunch up front like Clemson, we can move the ball and we're going to win this game.
Okay, so that wasn't fair because you got 3 minutes and Manny didn't even get his point across. But so we go after so we get from here going forward, everybody gonna get 3 minutes. I guess it's breaking news. Nicholas Harbor took us out of his top 3 or top 4, whatever, and added Georgia.
Well,
does he take
all the more reason why we gotta win.
So the visit is off too?
Huh? I don't know.
So the visit is off. He's not visiting.
I know a lot of y'all was in I don't even know the word. What's the word? Enamored with Nicholas Hopper. What's the word?
Enamored.
Yeah, I like my word salad.
They like your word salad. So yeah, so that's kind of default who won that. So listen, all right. So here go the next one. I'm gonna let Kyle and Medi go, and it's not gonna be able to go. We'll do still next for you, Kyle. Medi, argue why us losing this year doesn't matter, and Cal, you argue why us losing this year, like we should have been better this year. We should have been better. We should have been a 9-win team. Why we should have been a 9-win team, and Medi, you argue why it doesn't even matter. Because the only thing that matters is the future. All right?
You can go first, Kyle.
All right.
Yeah, Cal, let me get you set up.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Cal, you arguing, hey, man, Manny would have won nine games. That's your argument. That's your argument, dog. All right, wait, let me get you set up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Go.
Yeah. So I think winning is always important. I don't care if you're trying to build a culture or rebuild. Winning is always important. You had the stable that you needed to perform and win 9 games and win 10 games. There's a lot of things that go into winning. If you want to get the city on your side, you want to get the crowd pumped, you want to do something that's never really been that we've ever been able to sustain down here when it comes to fan attendance and support. You have to win. This is a city that honors winners. That's what we do. We got so many other things to do, so you have to win to get us to come on out. Same thing goes for the kids. The kids have to have something to believe in. So for you to just say none of this matters and you look towards next year, this is why Nicholas Harvard takes us out of the top 4 because we're not doing what we need to do to put our best foot forward and win. So when you do that, you also destroy morale around the team. And like I tell people, you're not going to have 85 transfers. So some of these kids are going to be back and they're going to be major pieces. What are they going to be telling the kids that are coming in? Because some of these kids know they have nowhere else to go. So they're just going to finish it out here. But that's how you have cancers in the locker room because you're playing for a staff that doesn't even want you to win. Not that they don't want you to win, but they're not doing everything they could do to make you a winner. If your thought process is it doesn't matter and we're just going to go on to the next season. So winning breeds a winning culture. So you got to put your best foot forward every time you step out there and everything you do. And that's how players develop. That's how people believe in you. People don't just come into a situation and just automatically believe all the praise. They got to see it. They got to feel it. So if it's not coming from the players that are here and they don't feel it, why am I coming here? Why am I not going to be like Tracy Howard, come here with one mentality and then just lose it? Because everybody already feels that we ain't trying to be winners anyway. You don't do that to kids. Kids need something to look forward to, and that's a part of your structure. You're trying to build a winning structure. So the more you poo-poo the season and go on about next year, the more you lose guys that are still going to be here, and that's gonna permeate throughout your locker. So when you get guys here, you're gonna have the same old thing over and over. What you gonna do? You can't purge every year. You can't get a brand new 20 or 30 and then have to recycle them out again. So you need to win. You need to get us involved. You need to get the kids involved and get everybody here for the same reason and get on the same page that you're on. You don't want to just be dismissive of a season. Every single season is important. Every game is important. You can't. Coaches teach the same thing about the importance of every game, every step, every rep. You can't teach that to me if you're not trying to teach me about winning. I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to feel it. I'm going to go through the motions. And we're going to have what we've been having for the last 22, 23 years or whatever it may be.
All right. That boy went the whole 3 minutes. Medi, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
wait. Let me get you set up. That boy went the whole 3 minutes, dog. Shut up, dude. That boy with the whole 3 minutes. So if you're just getting in here, man, we debating back and forth different topics instead of just coming in here whining, pissing down our leg, crabbing, talking about who should stay, who should go, blaming Gaddis, not blaming Gaddis. All right, Medi, it's on you. Go.
Hey, shout out to Kyle, man. I appreciate his response. But you gotta shut this down. Top. It may even stop at the top, or start at the top. Excuse me. There's already a culture that's left over by too many people that don't have a winner's mentality, and they linger around the program, causing the trajectory of the program to go down in itself. So at some point, you gotta kind of. We always talk about to the foundation outright. Rip it apart at the seams, start over. I will give the caveat. Yes, there was a lot of injuries. I think that's more of a testament to how bad Feely was compared to where I think someone like Aaron Feld is taking the team. Not saying he's perfect, but you could tell there's definitely a different type of lifter, type of mentality, and you can see it in the kids who are getting hurt. I understand the point about not constantly having to rip the team apart and having to go bring in another 20 kids every offseason, but at the end of the day, that's the nature of college football. And until they do something better about changing this transfer portal back to where kids just can't instantly get up and leave and go somewhere else, this is going to be the reality of college football. I think they should change it, but that's another discussion for another time. The Mario is going to get this thing right. I don't care about a bowl game. I don't care about them 15 practices, because if we can't practice to beat Clemson, what is 15 other practices going to do to change it? Nothing. We talk every week about how unprepared we look, how poorly we execute. 15 practices is not going to change that, because there's too many kids on this team that got egos, that don't feel like they should be getting benched. And then we see perfect situations where it happens, i.e. the Keontre Smith play when Wesley came out, Keontre goes in, they immediately target the tight end, he gets downfield, basically puts the game out of reach. I don't need that. I don't need that on this team anymore. I don't. And I don't need to see us continue trying to develop. I don't care about it. I'll leave it at that.
Let us know, man. We got a good one that time. Let us know in the comment section, man. Who won that argument? Mehdi was saying winning this year doesn't matter, and Cal was saying, well, yeah, man, you can't play like you're a winner next year if you act like you're a loser this year.
Hey, look, I want to say this to everybody. No, I just want to say this to everybody. Listen real quick. We may or may not believe the things that we are saying. We just arguing points. We just being lawyers right now. So.
So
listen,
they just arguing points. I'm just giving them. Listen, man. Hey, if you gotta defend Charles Manson, you gotta defend Charles Manson. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta defend Jeffrey Dahmer. You gotta defend Jeffrey Dahmer. You're a co-defendant. What? Jeffrey Dahmer walked through there. Hey, you gotta defend him. Listen, man. He wasn't eating their whole body. Come on, now. You gotta defend. So they just arguing points. You know what I'm saying? They're arguing points so you guys can hear different points so we can get this stuff out here. He said, made it sound defeated. Tighten up. Who won that one, dog? Who won that debate? I think that was a good debate.
Yeah, shout out to Mehdi. That point he made about the injuries and stuff and connecting the feeling and what he made. I'm not saying that I agree or don't agree, but that was a really good point I never thought of. Like these kids weren't prepared for Phil's program.
What you said, Mehdi?
No, I just said that the massive amount of injuries on his team, people point a finger at Phil and say where he goes, but I think there's a bigger testament to what Philly wasn't doing. Because these kids, I've heard people in other places talk about how the lifting styles is different, right? I lift a little bit, but I ain't no Olympic lifter, nothing like that. But you know, there's different lifting types, and I guess Philly was doing one type that basically had absolutely nothing to do with football, but was more agility related, whereas Feld is doing Olympic type lifts where it's actually worried about building core strength, strength to the muscles that you actually use within a game. There's a little bit more depth and science within it. And at the end of the day, the goal is to try to get like Georgia, and he was on that staff at Georgia when they were still building up to getting to where they are now. So I take Feld's lifting style way more than on the field, and in the scoreboard it looks like, you know, Duke was a better team this year on paper. But in a couple years when this team looks like how it's supposed to, this ACC thing is going to be a joke of a conference. We're going to be talking about how to get out of here and go somewhere else more competitive. So, and it starts there. It starts with, you know, we talk about Jimmy's and Joe's, or if your Jimmy's and Joe's can't beat the man that we play at Middle Tennessee State, well, that's a testament to what?
Right, I'm gonna say Mehdi won. He had me feeling bad for him. What? Both were well spoken. They gotta go again. I don't think they can come up with no more points, dog. No more points than that.
Hey, just to be clear, man. If y'all didn't get it from the beginning of the show, we not on here screaming and arguing and all that stuff. Like we had the opportunity to do that within our own households. So I'm not necessarily defeated. It's just I kind of moved on with it. Like there's no point in me getting on the internet and screaming and ranting about it because it ain't gonna change nothing. They're not gonna go back and change the score. So man, y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, man. Get ready for this work week. Like ain't no point in me getting upset about this. Like it is what it is. Appreciate the sympathy though.
Oh nah, I get you, man, because I cussed everybody out yesterday during the game. So yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Did you?
Oh yeah,
Ask you
wow,
none of
cussing
that.
at the
Did you got?
TV, like man, what?
So, Coach Philly, you gonna do Rich and Kyle. Kyle, what side you want, dog?
What's the discussion?
Hey, Street, go to Steel first.
Still, I missed Still. Who did I say?
You said Coach Philly.
You said Philly.
I want to hear Kyle's point about
Still, Coach Still.
Oh, Steel.
What side you
Okay,
want?
I'm going. I want to be on the side where he got to go. I'm not saying that's what I believe, but
Yeah.
I think I got some frustration I need to get off my chest.
So listen, y'all just coming in here, man. We up here debating some of the issues that are going on and letting them give y'all both sides of the arguments. And then we're gonna pick in the comment section who won. We still haven't opened up the chat to everybody because we still don't have 70% likes. So, Rich, you gonna argue the side that what I still need to say. Y'all need a minute to get it together?
No, I'm good.
I'm gruesome.
Rich, you good, dog?
Yeah, man.
All right, we're gonna let Rich go first. Wait up, Rich. 1 second. I'm gonna tell you when to go.
No problem.
All right, Rich, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
All right, so Kevin Steele should stay because it's the same argument. My argument is for continuity. You want to have the same guys in the locker room looking at the players from 1 year to the next. We just don't do it in Miami, and I think we need to start doing that. Also, everything is not on Kevin Steele. When we talk about some of the things that were kind of boneheaded on his defense, you got to look at some of the other positions that he's not intimately involved in. We look at some of those DBs getting burnt, especially during Middle Tennessee. Before we would get rid of the OC, who's basically the head honcho, I would have to say you look at that support staff and you look at who you can correct there first. So there's some pieces that I think can be corrected in terms of that coaching room when it comes to that defensive staff overall. And I think that a guy like Kevin Steele has seen it all and has done it all. And I think this offseason he's going to evaluate the guys that was on his staff and make those proper adjustments so that way they could run the defense that they need to run. Also, he didn't have, I mean, the only person who they trusted as a unit was Corey Flagg in terms of leading that defense on the field. And Corey Flagg, bless his heart, that's what they say up in the South when they want to say something else. But bless his heart, his mind knew where the plays was supposed to be. Maybe his feet didn't get there in time, but he still was able to absorb everything that he needed to absorb in order to stay on the field and execute Kevin Steele's defense. Not to the best of his ability, because maybe there's a talent gap there.
Time up. So that was Rich's argument on why Kevin Steele should stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kyle gonna give us. Kyle got 3 minutes to give us on argument why Kevin Steele should go. Let me set Kyle up. If y'all just getting in here, man, let me check these likes. We just arguing points. They don't really believe what they're saying, or maybe they do believe what they're saying, but we arguing both sides so we can talk about it and just talk about it in a different way. We do the same thing every week, man. We've been bad for 11 weeks now, 10 weeks now. We come in here, we crab, piss down our leg, talk about who's not an athlete. And we just want to do it a little different. Okay, so right now we have 138 likes, and we got 227 people in here. So only the football villains can chat right now. We're trying to get to 70% likes so we can get everybody in here. And it ain't getting there today, dog. I don't start pulling people in here now. Cal, you ready?
I'm ready.
Give me 1 second. Let me see.
We almost there. If we hit like 155, we'll be where we need to be.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right, Cal, it's on you. Go.
All right, Rich, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to use a bunch of your points against you. Warren Sapp came in and said, Warren Sapp himself came in and said that he had, what he said, 2 or 3 different coaches or whatever. So as important as I think continuity is, and I agree with you on that point, it's not the end all be all. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. And Warren Sapp's legacy kind of shows you that. When it comes to what Steele has done, he's improved the defense. I'll give him that. There's too many things left to be desired. I understand that you had to scale back, but that doesn't account for. That doesn't mean that the middle of your defense should still be wide open in game 9, 10, or wherever we are. Quarterbacks can still spread the ball out and then just run up the middle on you. You're still going for the same thing. You take into the whole second half and fix things. And I understand where you're coming from about position coaches, but position by position, a lot of these guys have done their job. You cannot tell me that these guys as individuals in the secondary haven't gotten better. Cam has gotten better from game 1 to now. DJ Ivy has gotten better after 3 or 4 years of what he's given us, has gotten way better. Charlie Strong, we see what he did with Corey Flagg, some of these other guys or whatever. Wesley's ready. The front, the line, Salaveya, maybe he could do better, but we've seen these guys individually step up. We heard the LT story. Your job as a coordinator is to put all together and make sure my defense is sufficient. It's all working and clicking and rolling to the best of its ability, and it's not. The miscues you're having, those are not on Joseph Adai. You put these packages together. You put this defense together. So these guys should understand what they're supposed to be doing in accordance to your defense. Same thing with Corey Flagg. Yeah, he has his limitations and he's done really good, but you're overusing him. You still got him out there on 3rd and long. What is that about? That's almost as baffling as making your defensive tackle come out the backfield and cover a kid that plays for Florida State. Like things like that don't add up. They don't make sense. They put us in really, really bad positions sometimes. We still don't get much pressure. And when we don't get much pressure, we still aren't blitzing. Maybe if we blitz, things will fall apart. I don't know. That's your job to make sure that they don't fall apart when we blitz. So there's too many holes on this defense. And as you look individual, Adai's group is better. Strong's group is better. The front 4 is better. Why doesn't it all come together? Why doesn't it come together and mesh and stay meshed? You know, some guys may need to be benched from time to time. I'm not one of those guys that knock James at all. But maybe there is something that you can do there to get him playing better. Why is Al Blades playing over Avante or playing over some of these other guys and things like that? Like we gotta figure it out. You told me that Caleb Johnson and Corey Flagg couldn't play on the field together, but now they're playing on the field together because of your depth issues. If they can do it now, they could have done it then. Not saying that was the answer to anything, but it's just too many excuses and not enough things that are going together and clicking. So I think Steele should leave because his defense just isn't meshing. As individual groups, these guys have gotten tremendously better, but the defense, it's gotten better, but it's still not where it should be. Same old holes. We're getting beat the same old way all season.
You finished?
Yeah, I'm good.
Y'all let us know in the comment section who won that. Y'all want to elaborate a little bit on what y'all... Do y'all feel like that? Do you feel like Rich, you feel Kevin Steele should go or stay?
I feel like, to be honest, I feel like he should go. And
Really?
and it's for the reasons that Kyle mentioned, because from an individual position standpoint, we got better at DB, we got better at linebacker. The D line is questionable. I have to say, it's questionable. Yes, we got transfer kids who did very well, and some guys who naturally got better, like Jafari Harvey. But I would have to say there's a lot to be desired there with the D line, and overall putting it all together, that's on Kevin Steele. So yeah, I'm
Can I ask you a
actually
question? Can I ask you? Let me ask you a question, Rich,
yeah
because you bring up the D line. Why doesn't it work? Because we know the fat boy we got from Syracuse. He's a stud. Mesidor is
yeah
grading out
he's
as one of the best. Yeah, Mesidor has graded out as top three in his position in the country. No need to discuss Leonard Taylor. Why isn't this a much more functional front four? To me, it can only be what you're asking to do, alignment, schematics, talk about it. So if you got something else, I'd like to hear it. Because I'm not saying that still needs to go. I'm not. I was just arguing that point. Because I don't know if he should go or
Right.
not. Because the defense is way better than last year. I'm just arguing the point of things that I saw. I don't know if he should go or not. But Rich, I'm asking you in Street Medi, why does that front four why is it not dominant?
How good is it? How good is it?
As individuals,
What
break
do
them
we
down,
compare it
dog.
to?
It's
As
good enough to
individuals,
beat.
dog, break them down.
It's good enough to beat the same meddling teams in the ACC we beat year in year out. It's not elite in any way, shape, or form. People are seeming to forget this because I'm actually on the opposite side of the fence. I actually think Kevin Steele should get another year here, and the reason why I say that is because we were just arguing last season about how poorly Manny, as the defensive coordinator, recruited all these kids. Like we had no linebackers. Like we really came to the season depending on Corey Flagg. And if you ask Manny Diaz, Manny Diaz was sold on Corey Flagg. And I think all Manny Diaz saw, he was like, I guess Manny Diaz saw it as maybe because he's a smaller person in stature as well. What he lacks in size and ability, he makes up for in mindset. He can lead a defensive room. That's fine and dandy. But if you gotta get that same defensive mindset to guard somebody, he's not a defensive coordinator, he's a linebacker. I don't need you give me your mindset and a lot. That's great when you get out of football and you want to go be a coach. Shout out to you. But for now, in today's day and age, you are not in the right stature or size to be playing any type of linebacker at least at the level of Miami. Maybe, in a group of 5 team, possibly, definitely down to D2. Maybe somewhere like Houston, right? He probably jumps off the stat sheet at Houston, but here Miami is just not good enough. Enter Kevin Steele, who got to try to make him, and mind you, they're not trying to burn bridges and ostracize the locker room between him or Gaddis. They're trying to establish a culture with what they had. They didn't go portal heavy because they're trying to send a message saying like, hey, maybe we can try to make it work in this room. And then leading up after spring camp, leading up into summer and almost in the fall camp, they were like, yeah, this shit is made. They would never come out and say that, but they were like, there's no way. And then you see all of a sudden we go grab a Daryl Jackson, we go grab an Akeem Mesidor, we go grab a Mitchell Agudia. Like those things were a clear message, like we are just not good enough to be sitting here attempting to play with some of these teams in this conference. And on top of that, I think from a competitive standpoint, there was probably way more like these guys are used to seeing on paper. If I'm a coach and I walk into that room and I've coached in the SEC and I've coached in the Pac-12, Pac-10, whatever that shit's called. In my head, I think, yeah, with that roster on paper, yeah, we should be able to beat everybody. And then you get here, you see him play, you see him miss tackles, you see it, and you're making excuses all through the summer. You're coming out with stories about our receivers can't catch, and then you're starting to see, you're like, man, we are bad. And I think, like I said, we don't see it, but in that room, yeah, you do hear the stories about people saying you guys are terrible. If they're so wrong, then Keyshawn Smith should walk on to USC when he leaves. If they're so wrong, a lot of these guys who departure should go to like the same way Rambo left one D1, an elite, way better D1 to come straight to Miami. And most people would say that was a downgrade. So if that's the case, these Miami kids should leave and be able to at least walk on, if not get a scholarship at an SEC program. And if it doesn't happen, then you know what it is. And that's not a slight against none of the kids, but we got to understand that these guys were handed. I said it when Manny was here. Manny got handed the keys to a Lamborghini before he even understood how to drive stick as a head coach. Then he crashed that Lamborghini. He hit every parked car for 3 blocks and then left the shit on the side of the street. And they said, hey, Mario, you take this. And people don't seem to understand that.
Right.
But the initial question I had was about the individuals on that D line. It's 4 guys on the D line, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 of those guys could be first round picks, right? Am I right or wrong? At some point in time, 3 of those guys can end up first round picks. Mesidor, Jackson as a plugger, and for everything he does in LT. And Aguda is probably going to be a top 4 round pick or something like that. Why is that not good enough to have a dominant D line? I need somebody to answer me that question.
For me, it's all in what you teach the D line on a daily basis. So, yes, it's a scheme too. Like you do see where we are playing a little bit more prevent defense, where we're really trying to set the edge, and we don't have anybody going after athletic quarterbacks, and that really hurts us. We saw it with DJ. It's like you don't have nobody spying the QB, so when the middle opens up, and you heard what they did. I was listening to the commentators. They said, well, they've seen Miami do this on defense before, where they have the bigger linemen kind of bunch the middle. So what Clemson did is they just pushed the 2 linemen 2 different ways, and it was like parting Red Sea. Because they said it. The commentators were like, well, they know nobody, the linebacker's not going to be there because they're going to drop back. So you just part the Red Sea, and DJ ran for 11, 12 yards for the first down. It was hard hearing it, but when you look at what they did, they showed a replay of it, and sure enough, you saw the linemen just take the 3 guys that they had as down linemen on defense and basically pushed them in opposite directions, and we saw our linebacker start backpedaling. And DJ said, "Oh, I'm out of here." And he went up right up the middle. It was, and they didn't do it just one time. They did it multiple times in that game. And
how do you not see it coming? How do you not see that coming? I don't know.
Right. So we were out coached, It's
Hayes. Hayes says the fan base truly ready for the mass exodus. Y'all saw that you was finished, Rich?
No, I was pretty much done. I just wanted to point that out.
Y'all saw this Clemson. I guess it's a Clemson fan. It could be anything, but you saw this coming. Miami haven't been elite in 2 decades, but yet their fans expect them to be elite.
That's what's up. I don't care.
0 recruits.
Let's not even go. Let's not even do that, bro. Like we can
0 recruits. 0 recruits in the recent cycles have seen an elite Miami team. You're never going to be elite.
I don't care. You're a dickhead for coming into our spaces and talking to us. Like, you got all this Clemson content you can go talk about. Why does that always seem to happen with us? I go to other people's pages, and I don't comment. I don't care, to be honest with you. But I just go and scan the comments, and it's never as many other people's fan bases as it is in Miami. And I'm baffled by that because y'all say these things in these comments. Y'all say these things in these comments, but then steady being in our content every week. I'm lost. Like,
Mehdi.
Well, that's what they wanted to do, Mehdi. They want to do that. That's why the same way.
If this was your city, dog.
Hey man,
you'd be having to find stuff to do too, dog.
No, I get that. I get it. But there is
going on in your town.
There is far more.
You have to go find shit to play into. You probably be landing in North Tar Heel.
Friday, cows, something like that.
I can't hear you.
But they get ballers to come here all
your thing is on
all the time.
Cutting off.
The nightmare's over. Hey man, I'm just saying.
So yeah, like if that's where you lived at, you'll be having to find something to do too, Maddie. I get it.
Okay.
He's welcome.
Here's what I'm
He's
saying,
welcome.
Street.
I mean, makes no sense.
Here's what I'm saying.
But he's welcome.
Here's what I'm saying. Regardless of, because we know they city suck. That's not a secret. They know they city suck. They may not come out and ever say it out loud. I'm saying you got the Alabamas, the Michigans, you got all these different fan bases who have been successful. What are you doing here? Like what do you gain from being in here?
Right. Yeah. Because you never think about going to Wake Forest space, right?
Exactly.
One ACC.
Right?
That's with the Wake Forest people.
Exactly. What do you actually gain from being like? We not. I mean,
you know what it is, dog. You know what it is. Say what it is, dog.
Maybe it's our other fans. Maybe it's our other fans who be coming out and saying all this overzealous shit, and they think we connected to them, so they just come. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I know what we doing here right now is on the verge of being constructive, right? We not going out and saying like I never heard Rich say it. I never heard Kyle say it, that we gonna win 10 games, we win 12 games, we going 12-0, we win the ACC. We don't say that type of stuff in here. We never do. But they steady being here as if we ran up in their space or like fuck Clemson. Clemson sorry as fuck. We finna beat y'all ass. Like that doesn't happen here because we realists, right? We ain't ready to bash the team, but we realists, right? So I'm confused about why isn't a Wake Forest page that y'all can go and share your 2 cents about how much better is it? That's more of a better rivalry in a game than playing Miami was. I'm confused. It's not. I'm not mad. I'm just confused.
You know why he's here, dog? Because
what do you gain?
He hopes that the fire doesn't get lit again. You know why he's here? He's hoping. I mean, he's saying the inverse of what they were. Clemson. I remember I was talking to Luke about how Dabo got Clemson going. And he said street. Dabo was at Clemson forever, never won shit. Clemson never won shit. He had no expectations.
None.
It's not like being in Miami. He said he had no expectations over there. I think Dabo started taking Clemson to bowl games. So if you can, like I said when we started, if you can convince kids to go to Mayberry to play football for 3 years, you can get them to come Miami. I hope he stay in our check. I hope he stay right now.
No, because he won't.
I hope he stay. I hope he stay. Well, everybody, look at his name. We're gonna go find him in 2 years, just like when Florida State sucked for 3 years under 500. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing, Street. This is my like. He's in here now defending his job and saying that how we sound incompetent. It's like it's easy to say that because the unfortunate part, but this is kind of, it ties into something bigger, right? Because I've talked about accountability a lot, and we live in a society where you ain't got to be accountable for nothing because he's not going to be here in 2 years. When Miami's down, he gonna be in a space talking about, oh well, at least we did
paying kids.
Yeah,
paying kids.
John Ruiz is this thing, and that's the part that blows my mind is that the internet has created a situation in life where you don't have to be accountable for anything. You can just go out and say whatever it is you want to say, and then when the tides turn, you don't keep that same. You just leave. Well, time to get up out of there. I ain't dealing with that shit again.
All right, so let's move on. So listen, let's move on. Rich, you went to school with them people, Rich. Mr. I run an e-commerce business and I trade stocks. That guy.
That's probably why he is
here. With those guys. I run an e-commerce business and I trade stocks. You guys sound incompetent. Yeah, because black people don't trade stocks.
This is literally what we do talk about outside of football here.
It's literally what it's based on, right?
Drop the hey, go ahead and drop the commercial, man. 786459499.
We ain't got nothing to prove to him. Rich,
Yeah, listen,
me
man,
and you, dog.
we gonna always be relevant. Y'all gotta understand that the same way teams get up to play us, it's like that too when they beat us. So the fans are gonna be like that. We're gonna always be interesting. It's just that simple. We can, it's gonna be like that all the time. It's okay.
It is. It was on the jumbotron throwing down to you yesterday, man. He would have made you throw up, dog. You like it.
You know what?
Rich,
I
me and
love it.
we got an argument, dog. Me and you.
All right.
You're going to argue why, if Mario is a no fun police dictator, we will never win a national championship. And I argue,
Mm.
that, man, our kid's soft. We need a dictator. Look at Nick Saban. We think he mean. So you're going to argue that if Mario is the no fun police dictator, we will never ever win a national championship. We'll win the ACC. We'll win 10 games, but we'll never get there. And I'm gonna argue the opposite. You got that?
Sure.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you when to go. So if y'all just walking in here, man, basically we just debating back and forth. Different arguments. We don't necessarily believe what we're saying, but we just doing different arguments, and we want to let y'all. We're gonna let y'all pick who won the argument, but just to hear both sides of these stories, so we're not all always in here saying the same thing. Rich may not believe what he be saying. I may not believe what I'm saying. It's like a debate. We have a debate class at our school. We ain't have no shit like that. You ready, Rich?
I'm ready.
So you about to say something? Somebody about to say something?
No, go ahead. Y'all roll.
So Rich is arguing that if Mario is the no fun police and the dictator, we'll never get to the we'll never get to the promised land. And I'm gonna argue the opposite. All right, Rich, on you.
All right. Well, the reason I think that we'll never get to having a dynasty with a dictator as a coach is because I've never seen a dictator as a coach in this era. I'd say over the past 20 years, really have a dynasty. Some people say that Nick Saban is a dictator, but I see how some of the kids, especially the elite kids like Najee Harris, how they joke and kid around with Nick Saban. And Nick Saban has this balance where it's like, hey, I'm gonna be hard on you when we at practice, when we in the game. Work is work, but I'm also gonna allow you to play hard and express yourself. And when I look at some of those recent championship teams amongst sports, you look at Miami Heat when they had LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. The years that they won were years in which they worked hard in private and they hung loose in public. You look at even Coach K. If you went into that story about the Redeem Team, right? The Olympics. If you saw that on Netflix, it was the same thing. Work hard and build chemistry where you change lives in private, and then you hang loose in public. So you got to always have that balance because it allows a team with 85 people to come together as one where they actually have love for each other and they have each other back because I don't went fishing with homeboy. I went and I know where he comes from. This kid is from Texas. This guy's from Jersey. This guy's from Georgia. And we're from South Florida. And we kind of share a lot of those commonalities. So that way when we're out on the field and you look across from the guy that's next to you, you know that that dude is your brother. And I feel if you have a dictator, you're going to stifle that type of creativity and people are going to be afraid to be who they are. They're going to be afraid to be creative. That's going to mess with people learning the plays faster, and it's going to overall mess with people playing faster. And when you don't play fast and you feel like your coach does not trust you, sometimes you don't call out something that you see on the field because the coach told you to execute it a certain way. And if you don't execute it a certain way, a la Randy Shannon when he was here, you're going to be in the doghouse. So that's why I think you have to evolve as the sport evolves. You have to get better every day. we always tell kids get better game by game. So as a coach, I don't know what you need to do. Take some sensitivity training, something. But you need to make sure that you are also studying people, so that way you are better with people and you're better with letting some of the reins loose, so that the coaches that are underneath you as well as the players can really bond together and start that dynasty that we want to see here at Miami.
Time up. God damn, I don't know why I did this to myself. Well, you talked for like 5 minutes, boy.
Did I?
You got some good points, though, man. You got some good points. Because I think a lot of people don't believe that. Man.
What's up?
Because I know Mehdi actually believes this. You want to? I got some good stuff over here. You want to take this one though?
I don't remember what the question was.
Okay, all right. Don't worry about it. Because I know you actually believe. You actually believe that, man. Go ahead with that soft shit, man. It's 2020-22.
What was the question again?
How Mario being a dictator and no farm police, he can still win a national championship. Like he can still win a national championship being a dictator. Hard on everybody, the coaches, the kids. Rich just argued the point that we'll never get there if he's like that.
Not the coaches.
Not the coaches?
The kids, yeah. The coaches, no.
All right, Mago, let me set the clock. Boy, I ain't gonna be able to talk for no 3-5 minutes, man. Y'all boys,
start rolling.
Huh? Wait up.
It's gonna start rolling.
Let me see. All right, so basically in this day and age, kids are different. Kids are different. And I think sometimes what we see as being hard is being like business-like, sharp, like to the point. I think with the way the climate of college football, we're slowly creeping into business where emotions and feelings and I thought you was a Tar Heel. I thought you was. Some of that stuff is going out the window. Guys are going to test the transfer portal because they have the right to test the transfer portal. It ain't going to have anything to do with him throwing up the OU for the last year or him throwing up the U for the last year. It's becoming business-like, right? So when you start talking about business, then you're not really talking about emotions. You're talking, and all that nostalgia and all that, we family and all that. These kids are going to be held at a higher standard because they can be exchanged for, they can be actually sent home and somebody else can come take their position. So with Mario being a dictator or being really hard on everybody in the building, it's because it is went to the next level of business. Now, one of the biggest dictators ever, you know what I'm saying, that we've ever seen in sports. I'm going to read you off his resume. 3 national championships, 5 Final Four appearances, 11 Big Ten regular season championships. That's Mr. himself, Bobby Knight, who everybody was afraid of. He took him to the promised land 3 times. And they say the first day of practice with Bobby Knight, he'll stand you on the wall and hit you in the face with the ball, one by one. See who's going to go home. So listen, I believe that, especially what the program is with Miami, Mario had to come in and act a little crazy. I think he had to shake the tree to get a couple people out of here. Time up. So y'all got to let us know in the comment section. Y'all got to let us know in the comment section, man. Who y'all think won that? Dog, Bobby Knight won 3 national championships, dog, being a crazy person, dog.
Yeah, it's a different time. It's a different day and time. It's a different day and time, man.
We got cell phone cameras, right? He would have been out of here, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Who he coached? Who? Texas Tech?
Huh?
He coached some team in
No,
Texas, right?
Indiana, boy.
Yep, Indiana.
He came back when Indiana eventually figured out somehow figured out how to fire him because they didn't even know how to fire the dude. The dude was like the damn mayor, the governor. He eventually got him out of there. I think when he did something crazy, and he came back with Texas Tech. But yeah, he won 3 national championships, though.
Yeah, but Coach K, he is the Vince Lombardi of basketball. You feel me? And his style is just different. He's tough on his kids. He's tough on his kids, but the way that he allows them to mesh and gel, and what he did with that Redeem team, it's no doubt that when players hang loose, especially in public, that working hard in private becomes easier, because when he brought in Kobe Bryant, he brought in a leader who knew what it took in order to win a championship.
Right.
Because they were so used to hanging out. So, because they was all boys, you saw Kobe step up and say, I'm not going to be coming from the club at 5 a.m. I'm going to be in the weight room at 5 a.m. And slowly but surely, everybody started to follow because everybody was boys. If my boys in the weight room, and then the next day, 3 of them in the weight room. The next day, 5 of them all the starters in the weight room. Now, who am I as a bench player to not be in the weight room when everybody else in the weight room?
Right.
So yeah, we kind of, you got to let the players govern for themselves how good they're gonna be, and that's hard to really understand in coaching. That's tough because you really don't want to. You're like, I want everything my way, and if they don't listen to me, they need to be gone because they're gonna be gone anyway.
Kind of like parenting, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody just put a sticker up. A sticker up or something. I don't even know what it is. Y'all can see it.
Coach Kane.
It says 3 months.
Yeah, Coach Kane.
What is that like? What is that? It just tells us how long he's been a member or something.
Yeah. He also had a comment. He said teams occupy the D line and take advantage of the linebackers.
Oh, that's the bully. The bully. Now hold up now.
Oh yeah, my bad.
A platinum. The Bullyville teams occupy the D line and tell. Oh, that's what you were just reading.
Yeah.
D line and take advantage of the linebackers. That's still happening.
Yeah, because he mentioned that when I talked about Clemson, when the commentators were like, "See, look at that. Clemson, they're like, Miami tries to bring those 3 big boys on their D line to push that line, but what Miami does is instead is they part 2 of them apart, part the Red Sea, and then when they go to dropping the linebacker back in coverage, DJ just he has 8, 10, 12 yards he could run and go get the first down." So his comment was when I mentioned that. So that's what that was for.
Right. I'm trying to find it. I didn't see when that popped up. That was after the Clemson dude?
That was when we was debating the Kevin Steele.
Do y'all think they should have took Ja'Cory Brown out that game yesterday? Cal, you think they should have took him out?
I was okay with it. I'm not gonna say either way, but I was okay with it. It was getting out of hand.
Mitty, what you thought?
He was in danger.
I think like every other time this season, the offensive line and the people in the skill position slots put him in a position to be unsuccessful. It's a continued trend. It's not something new. Like this always seemed to happen, even when the other 2 quarterbacks was in. We just thought it was eradicated because Ja'Cory can run, but Clemson planned for it. It was like, we're just not gonna let his ass run. Like, it's pretty simple. And once that happened, That's how you get the 8 yards of offense. That offensive line needs a and that tight end room needs a boost in the worst way. It's starting to get to the point where it's indefensible. Like that's why I don't care about going to a bowl game because Rich is literally sitting there saying the game plan. Like anybody who watches film with actual competence can tell that it's not very hard to. And granted, like I said, yeah, a lot of injuries and stuff like that. But what are we looking for? A bunch of kids who probably gonna exfil anyway to get their one last hoorah with the U. Like no, cut your losses, move on, hit the transfer portal hard, get the guys you need to get, and get about it and get focused on the next season because.
So did you care if they took Jakari out or not? I think I missed that part. You said it don't matter?
It doesn't matter. Like I said, Jake showed a glimpse of a little bit, but to the tune of what? Getting sacked from behind again. Throwing the ball.
You gotta see it live. You gotta see it formulate. You gotta see it formulate live. It's like
that was on Jake, bro. I'm sorry. That was Jake.
You got sacked?
Yeah, that was definitely Jake's fault. 100%.
Explain.
Clemson all game was lining up like they were gonna blitz, and they were not faking the majority of their blitzes. Yeah, they were trying to confuse you, but when they lined up and they were blitzing. They weren't saying, "Hey, stay 5 yards off and then blitz." No, they were lining up 3 or 4 guys in blitzing position, maybe 2 blitz and maybe 1 don't or whatever. They lined up, and Jacory was great. Jacory didn't. None of that happened to Jacory because he sat there pre-snap and pointed out everybody that was lined up to blitz. Look, he saw where the blitzes were coming from. That's what you do as a quarterback. And for him to have that, that's an elite skill he has as a freshman. Jake got in the game. This man came on the corner. There was nobody on that side. There was as far as a lineman. So there's the extra man. Now, either you could tell Jalen Knighton to block him, or if Jalen got an assignment where he got to run out, okay, slide your protection. If you can't slide the protection, the bottom line is you see that man setting up like he's going to blitz. Jake dropped back like that man wasn't even coming. If you can't get your protection over there, you got to know I got 1.2 seconds to make a decision. This guy's coming, or he's potentially coming. This boy dropped back like he wasn't even nobody on that side. I'm just like, I be goddamn. That was all on Jake. I'm not blaming nobody else for that.
Yeah.
And then I mean he I don't think he saw him, Cal.
How? Streeter, he lined up before the snap. He didn't. That's what bothers me, Street. He didn't sneak it. He just lined up before the snap.
Either he didn't see him or he was trying to commit suicide. Because he didn't try to get that ball out of his hand. And that dude was coming clean.
Right.
Yep. And you could count and see that they had more numbers than we did on the line. You could count it and see it.
He was a stand-up rusher, bro. He was leaned over. He was ready to go. Jake, how did you not see this man before you hiked the ball? How? It's impossible.
Yeah, he didn't.
And I would say the one thing Jacory did that I know everybody is kind of hot with is and shout out to G Murtha who pointed this out. So Curry did miss X wide open, and I'm just gonna throw it to you guys. Do you think he missed them because X was not running fast enough under the ball, or do you think he just flat out missed them because he just didn't have enough touch on the ball?
Is X not completely healthy or something?
I would say a combination of both. I would say a combination of both, although no matter what, a wide open man, Jacory got to put that ball where it's just you can't have a choice but to catch it. I was like, I don't know if he should have dove for it, but I was like, dang, if that had been Brashad might be able to run that down. But that's on Jacory. But it's okay. We know Jacory I don't want to say it like this, but we know Jacory can't throw yet. You know what I'm saying? He's still developing as a quarterback. Most quarterbacks we get in that we deem as runners or whatever, the worst part of their game is the throwing mechanism. You know what I'm saying? And they have to develop that, and that's okay. Like, yeah, we wanted him to hit that pass, but anybody upset at him for that is, bro, you something's wrong with you because we know he's not there yet. I'm sorry, he's gonna get there, but Cam Newton was the same way. Vince Young was the same way, bro. He's just not there.
One thing I do like about Jacory, which I don't see from the other two quarterbacks, is I think Jacory gives this offense a pace or a cadence or a rhythm that the others don't, and he does because he's such a threat to run. So even when things are not in control or we don't have a lot of yardage, it seems like we're still in control on offense. And like you said, I really do like how he calls out blitzes and stuff like that for a freshman. So it's one of those things where I think he puts it all together. He's gonna definitely put it all together.
All right, like Josh Allen was the same way when he got into the league. Josh Allen couldn't throw either. That's what a lot of these guys are like when we're looking at the caliber of quarterback. They will get there, but expect them to do it is, just right off the bat. Sometimes he's going to hit that, sometimes he's not. That's what you get from that type of a freshman quarterback, and it's okay. Like, I'm not mad at that. I wish he would have hit it, but all right. And that's not me taking up for Jacory. I just know what we're getting into.
I remember watching Deshaun Watson as a freshman at Clemson, and people even started pointing it out. People, as a freshman, they were like, "Yeah, Deshaun Watson is great, but he has that one bonehead play every game where you're like, come on, man." Like, I remember he had, and I don't know what he was trying to do, but he sat there and got a delay of game when they were at the 1 yard line, and people were like,
Hmm.
"You had like 20 seconds to snap the ball." But he a freshman. Like, he don't. Dabo had to call him on the sideline and be like, "Look, this is where the clock is. The clock is right there. It's right there. You can see it."
Right.
It looked like he didn't know where the clock was, but he's a freshman, so you're gonna have that.
Rooster block. Good block or bad block? I'm not telling y'all that the referee made a bad call. What I'm saying is, in that moment, right? Because I didn't see it from TV. To me, it looked like he knocked the hell out of him. Knocking the hell out of somebody at Clemson early in the game. Good thing or bad thing?
Great thing. Even if it was a penalty, it shouldn't have been a penalty because he got him on the inside shoulder street. You could tell he made the effort to get that man on the inside shoulder and not really. He could have hurt that dude. He could have hit him harder than that. So he made the correct play and made the effort. And if you disagree with that, understand that Jacory wasn't getting that first down if Rooster doesn't make that block anyway. So it doesn't even matter. But he made the correct play. The refs were with the shits. It's hard to blame the refs because we know how rules are today. But no, he got the man on the inside shoulder, bro. It was a good play.
What you thought, Matty? You saw it? Or you just like, you didn't give a fuck? You watch the game, Matty?
Yeah, I watched it. But I had the volume down while I was focusing on other stuff because
some of those runs. Is there a reason? Now I'm just going out on a limb. Is there a reason the ACC would protect Clemson?
If they at home, yes.
Yeah, media rights because it's mid-conference about to lose all their best teams.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, anything we did, they reviewed.
Facts.
Anything that went our way, they reviewed. Little things, big things, they reviewed it.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like Miami was under a microscope yesterday, dog. I wouldn't say cheating. I'm not gonna say it was cheating, but everything Miami did, they reviewed it. Anything that went our way.
It's already articles out saying Clemson is now up 2 spots in the rankings, and hopefully they could still make it into the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, we're about to see ACC champion this year who probably won't make the playoffs. So, yeah, I would, and we saw it last year too. So, yeah, I'm trying to make sure that Clemson does their best and they have some style points. Just like the face mask, they did not call at all, and it was clear. It was a face mask against Jalen Knighton, and that would have gave us the first down, and they did not call it.
When they hit Jakari in the head, when they was reviewing something else, but he would hit the man helmet to helmet.
Right.
Sebastian looked at the referee and said, "Hey, everybody saw it."
Right.
From that point forward, Jakari to me was uncomfortable. From that point forward, he seemed a little uncomfortable, and they pulled him out of the game maybe 2 series after that.
Because he knew what type of game he was in.
Bro, listen. These dudes are tough. I don't know what y'all can see on TV. When that dude hit him in the head, he was on the ground, dog. He was down.
I remember.
And he got up because he's a tough SOB. You know what I'm saying? And they still didn't review it.
Yeah.
When they put him out that game, he was on the sideline. I couldn't gauge. The camera guy from the Miami Herald came to me and said, "Is Jakari? Is he on the sideline?" I didn't see him on the sideline. Then I went looking for him. I couldn't gauge his vibe. You know what I'm saying? I could tell that he was frustrated. Alonzo went over to him, hit him on the head, told him it's gonna be all right. Ed Reed went over to him, talked to him, basically was telling him, man, it's okay. And he looked frustrated, almost as if, damn, mom, let me finish the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what he looked like to me. Yeah, mom, he getting the best of mom. Don't let me finish the fight. Let me finish.
Nah,
and he
you
looked
don't need
kind
to
of
finish
frustrated.
that fight.
All right. Yeah, you need to be somebody. Sometimes you got to be protecting yourself. So I didn't have a problem with what they did the other day, because Campbell was gonna get him gonna get him killed.
Then they put him back in the game and ran for a first down.
Right, but that was it. I was okay with that. I was okay with all of that.
Campbell was the only one that looked fired up before the game.
Maybe he shouldn't. I have no idea, but that was the worst.
Those guys
I
coming
don't
off
know
the
if I've
edge.
seen a.
Is that blocking or is it scheme?
What play?
What do you mean?
Those free runs they get off the edge. They got 2 or 3 free runs to our quarterback. Dude didn't even get touched. One, he got that so fast one time, he looked up like, God damn. He was surprised he got that fast.
But remember the good, bad, and the ugly? Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say this. During the good, bad, and the ugly, Coach Hayes, we saw a lot of plays where
what was that?
The O-line did not get to their blocker or didn't get to the person they're supposed to block. That's why even earlier in the game, they started to say, like, the best way for Miami to move the ball is to, kind of student body right, student body left, because their blockers can actually get on a guy. They're like, that's probably going to be the best way to do it, because other than that, like, you do something sophisticated, you pull in a lineman, you ain't gonna get to one of their blitzers. You're not, or they weren't.
So, Richard, I think a part of you
it's schematics because
I think a part of you enjoyed yesterday, Rich. Tell the truth.
No. The only thing I enjoyed yesterday was seeing Jakari start for a second time. I really enjoyed that.
Marvin Bailey says he wasn't comfortable because he can't out-athlete Clemson. I think a couple of them run. Listen, if they could, Okay, anytime
This
you
man
gotta
ran
run.
for like 40 something yards, bro. You talking about he can't out athlete Clemson? No, he can't do it
Hey,
by himself. But let's not do that, bro.
yeah, he looked shit. Sometimes he looked like he was the fastest one. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and he only got 10 carries. Uyunglele got 17 carries. So, but part of that was he Uyunglele was in the game longer too. So
They just execute better than us, bro. And I can only imagine
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is when you running the same stuff. You got the same people around you. They just execute. Listen, it looks like bam, bam, bam when they run a play.
it does.
When they run when they say hiking, they run that quick pitch and it look like the goddamn running back is already behind the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Once he pitch it, that shit looks so scary from the end zone because you're like, holy shit, that's our kryptonite. Like, how did he do that? like, no, and it looks so simple. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what it looks like a sweep, but the running back is so far. You know, he's so far. And once he pitched it to him, when he say hike, he's so far out there. And it's like they know our linebackers can't run, but Wesley was getting there yesterday, boy.
He was.
Oh yeah, Wesley was there.
He was getting there. We ain't got the same linebackers in. F was on the sideline. F had done went on the side. Flag was out the game first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Did they announce Flag was out the game?
Now, if y'all had to take a guess, who do you think was the top 4 tacklers in the game for Miami? If you had to take a guess.
Cam, Wesley, Couch, Cam, Wesley, Couch, and Agudia maybe? Agudia or Stevenson.
All right. So I'm looking at the chat. Cam is right. So it was Cam with 13 total tackles, followed by James Williams with 9 tackles, Caleb Johnson with 9 tackles, and Wesley Basaint with 8 tackles. Now, the thing that
Caleb is
stands out to me,
surprising.
yeah, and the thing that stands out, and here's what's crazy: if I keep going down, next is Akeem Mesidor with 5 tackles, and then Leonard Taylor with 5 tackles. Leonard Taylor didn't play much, but not necessarily. I really didn't see him much. He also had 2 QB hurries. Mesidor had 2 QB hurries. Here's the thing that really stands out to me, though, is once again, Cam had 9 solo tackles, 4 assisted tackles. James had 7 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles. So our top tacklers were basically game-saving type tackles. We're making game-saving type tackles, including James Williams. Then you go down to Caleb Johnson. He had 5 solo, 4 assisted. Right? That's a little bit more even. But Wesley, speaking of Wesley's speed, Wesley had 7 solo tackles and 1 assisted tackle, meaning Wesley was getting there before everybody else. That's what that says. Same thing with Mesidor. He had 4 solo tackles, 1 assisted tackle. So that shows you the individual effort of Wesley Basaint, Cam Kitchens, James Williams. It really shows you that individual effort. And you're gonna have guys that are dogs, but I like pointing that out because Cam came off of 3 picks last week. One he was a pick 6, and then he follows that up with 13 tackles, 13 total tackles as a safety. Those are linebacker numbers. James had 9 tackles right behind him.
James said that's a lot, dog. They got to cover the pass and they got to tackle people. They got a lot on their plate.
Yeah.
They got a lot on their plate.
I'm telling you.
Shout out to Coach A. They said Mama was a drum major yesterday at the Classic. They said Mama was a drum major yesterday at the Classic. Talking about tribute to Daytona Beach Maine and Vince Carter. Mama Clemson wears number 13. She's tough in the middle. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to figure out how to get up the hill to catch them getting off the bus yesterday. I wanted to capture it, dog. You don't drive to Clemson every day, dog. I wanted to capture it, dog. We rode in my homeboy Tesla. Tesla's not a car. That's not a car, bro. That's something else.
I don't like the upholstery in the car. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah. That's something else. It's not a car. It's something else. We freezing, walk into the car. He turns on the heat. We 2 blocks away from the car from his phone. He never turns the car off. We just get out of the car and we just go walk in the hookah spot. He don't ever turn it off. It just turns off. It just turns off on his own. There's no, like, the screen shows you video pictures of who's behind you, who's on the side of you.
Yeah.
The screen pulls up your music and movies and stuff like it's Netflix. Like you can see the whole thumbnail, the movie.
You riding around in a big television.
It already got the C charge. It don't even have any USB chargers in it. It already got the C chargers in it, like with the new iPhone with the both C ends. I mean, it's just the fact that we got in the car and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna eat my chicken wings when we get in the car," and he was driving. That point right there is all of.
Did he put the car on autopilot?
Yeah, he ate his chicken wings. He also has we didn't drive in the door. He also got the Porsche Taycan. That's the other electronic car.
The Taycan. Yeah, that thing is nice.
Taycan. Yeah, he also has that.
Damn.
I don't want to be doom and gloom about EVs, but it's one thing to worry about, or one thing to take into consideration. You don't want those cars to get in a flood.
Shit, I want my own car to get in the flood right now, fool.
Well, no car to get in the flood.
Yeah, you're right. But the reason you don't.
What are we talking about here?
No. The reason you don't is because you got lithium ion batteries on in the floor of the car. So if water gets inside of those battery cells, your car could be next to a gas station and catch fire.
Right.
So if you want to buy a Tesla, the best thing to do is to buy it brand new, because you don't want to buy something off a used lot and you don't know if it has been in a flood or something like that. You just don't want to do that, because
shit, that sounds like
burn your house down.
You do that, but we do that buying cars now, though, don't we?
Yeah, we do. But it's all right. So if you buy a car and it's been in a flood and it's a combustion engine, the car's not going to catch on fire. It's going to smell like mildew, but your engine might seize up at a certain point, but it's not going to catch on fire. What with the Tesla, it's almost a guarantee. Like if you get water in that battery pack, it says when that happens, you can't be close to anything that's even remotely igniting a flame, anything even remotely. So if if you drive next to a gas station, your shit catching on fire. That's what happened with a lot of Teslas that was down in South Florida because of the hurricane. Yeah, they caught on fire.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
Shout out. Shout out to Rich with the 2 cents. I'm just saying.
Just the 2 cents. That's all.
Oh man. Listen, man. Let me see 1 second. So we got the last game Pitt, and we might make somebody. Shout out to Cost Kane. First of all, $10. Jakari has square belongs here. TVD stiff as Dale's got to go. Hate their quarterback that can't run. Oh. You see Gerald Brown down there? That's who Tesla we was in. That's what I went to the game with. The IOD guy. You got Gerald Brown say, "Shut up, Rich. I fill up my shit every day with coochie juice." My dog got a tech on. Dog had, man, should have known this man. This man had every car I could think of. But when he got his Tesla, he called me happier than a bag with a bag of dicks. Man, I ain't never buying regular cars ever again. That's what he said. We've been so stupid. Street, we've been so stupid, man. This is so dumb. Now, yesterday I experienced having to charge that thing. We had to charge it to go, and we had to charge it on the way back. Now, I don't know why. I don't know if it wasn't fully charged. Maybe he could add something to it. For about 30 minutes each, we had to charge it before we went, 2 hours, and then before we came back. I don't know if he did completely charge it. I'm not sure, but the thing is, I want one.
Rich, even after, everything I told you, you still want one?
Huh?
Even after everything I told you, you still want one?
About what?
I had a Tesla when I came down there.
Oh no, you never told me. You never told me.
You dropped me off at it.
You had a bad experience with it?
Not a bad experience. It's just that charging thing in itself is.
Yeah, I don't think you ever told me. You never talked to me about it.
All right, so when we went to the Palmetto game, right? Mm-hmm. We went to Trash Powell, so the Central game. I had parked on one side of the parking lot, so you had to take me back around because I walked from that one side when I met you when we was going into where the media was going at. But whenever you charge that thing, like you really are like I guess I'm just accustomed to the old school going to the gas station, you fill up, you leave
and leave, right?
Yeah, but when you in it, like you really got to sit your ass in that car and wait for it to start. Like, and then you watch the little timer go up with the little thing with the little amount up to like, and it's not expensive. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's just time consuming to just sit there and just be waiting for it to charge up. I just feel like it's just so much better things I can do on my time. You can't leave. They got them in Wawa, so you can go inside, shop around Wawa, whatever. But
why you can't leave it?
Because it's hooked up. It's physically hooked up to the thing, so you can't go.
You can't just go home and come back?
Now you want your Tesla to be there when you get back?
I know Gerald in here about to tear y'all head off. But no, what Medi is explaining, this is what Medi is explaining. Because we experienced it last night. Just got our ass whooped, 30 degrees, pissing down our leg, not athletes. 2-hour drive ahead of us. And we had to stop at the old Wawa for 30 minutes. He's right. But what Medi is explaining is just comfortable and traditional. We're used to getting gas, right? And just leaving. That's what we're used to. So it's almost like name some stuff that we used to do that we just don't do anymore.
Look up movie times.
We used to dub tapes.
Yeah, dub. I was about to go.
We used to dub tapes. Oh, you want the tape? We dub tape. Get through the tape. You know what I'm saying? Now, then we went to CDs and we couldn't dub them. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man, I want my tape, but CDs was eventually better, right?
Nah. I just look at Mr. Tedco comment.
Now all cars don't catch fires though.
Not like that. Not the way an electric car does. Because sometimes you'll put the fire rescue will come out and put the fire out, and the car will catch on fire again while you're trying to haul it away.
I'm gonna trust the dude that got.
It's on.
How much a Porsche Taycan worth? Huh?
I don't know, 200.
You think he said pay me 30-something a month? I got back too late that night. Look, he's talking about Streeter can't drink. I know that's what I pay for mortgage. He's talking about Streeter can't drink. He had a half a couple. That's not even what I pay. It ain't even that much. Streeter can't drink. He had a half a cup of hen and said, "Man, I'm drunk." I was. These dudes know I can't drink. Come stronger than that. He know they never know I can't drink. I be getting Hennessy and Coke, and I be like, man, I want more Coke than Hennessy. That's how I make my drink. He said $200,000.
Y'all up in Clemson Street. That man don't put some moonshine in your drink. He lying to you, bro.
We went to some hookah lounge, man, outside Atlanta, bro. Wasn't nothing but girls in there, bro. It's crazy. $200,000. He said the Taycan worth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust the dude. I'm gonna trust the dude that brought one. Then when he got one for $200,000, but I don't know because he didn't even know what the goddamn charger ports was in that goddamn car at. So I don't know, Rich. You might be right. I don't know, Rich. You might be right. A lot of shit about that car he ain't know. Hey. No, I think it's like anything, bro. I think it's like cell phones cause cancer. I think it's all. I think it's fear. It's all of that stuff, man. And if I gotta go out burning up in a Tesla, then so be it. It was written, right? That's what God meant for it to be, right? Right? Y'all ain't knowing that no more.
Man, is it a remarkable piece of technology? Absolutely. We're gonna continue to refine EVs, and like I drove a Tesla when I went up to Pennsylvania when I graduated, and up there you're driving through mountains, and one of the things that I like is you really got to get used to it though, because it's kind of like driving a go-kart. When you take your foot off the gas pedal, it automatically starts braking. That I kind of had to get used to, but when you're going up and through the mountains and you're hitting curves and stuff, that actually comes in handy a little bit. So I did like that part. But charging and once again going up the mountain, sometimes you don't get the full range that you're supposed to get because you're going up and down mountains and stuff. So I did have to sit at charging stations, I think 3 times while I was there, but it's all good. It is what it is.
Matty, what else you didn't like about it, Matty? Is it fast?
I didn't mind the braking thing. Yeah, it's fast. You tap your foot and it's gone. No offense about the bike's out of there. I did like that. I don't mind necessarily the letting go of the brake and the brakes. I think it actually comes in handy personally, but I did not like I think you said
what is it? Let go the brakes.
Yeah, when you get off the brake, when you get off the, I mean not the brake, when you get off the gas, I meant gas. You let go of the gas, the car starts braking automatically.
Oh.
I don't like that everything in the car is ran through that screen. That's why Rich said it's like a TV. It's like driving around the TV. I think he said something like that.
Yeah, like a smart TV. Yep.
Yeah, everything like the wipers, everything mechanical is through that screen. So you gotta cut the windshield wipers on. It rained a bit, a little. You gotta like cycle through the screen to get to the windshield wiper. The windshield wiper menu to cut the windshield wipers on. super intuitive, but it just I don't know. And mind you, I'm a tech guy.
And Don Snaps. I'm not gonna rep Hyundai. I'm Haitian, so I'm gonna rep Toyota or Lexus. You know how that is.
Toyota. 95 Toyota Corolla.
Man, just start that thing up. Put oil in it. You good to go.
Still on the road.
What else
still
you
on
need,
the road,
Streeter?
boy.
What else you need beside that?
Chris Johnson say y'all don't cross y'all nuts on him. That's Chris Johnson dealer. I think they had their season ended last night, right? I think Ely ended season last night.
Ely got him. Ely got him.
But that's him. I don't know if that's his little brother or I think it's his baby.
That's crazy.
I look too big to be his baby.
Huh? You're too big.
He look kind of big. He look like.
Like
that means he had 13, huh?
Might be a little brother or something.
Sir, look how observant Kyle is. I see a baby. I just see a baby. They all 6 months to me. Kyle like, nah, man, look at them Jordans, man. They don't make Jordans for infants like that, bro. Nah, look at it, got to check. Observant as hell. Observant as hell. But I guess Chris said he's still in it, man. I guess signing day coming up. We about to come to an end, so we're gonna have all the answers on all these, on all this stuff. Gerald said you can set it not to do that. I guess
the windshield wipers and all that stuff, and the brakes too.
Hey Gerald,
Listen,
man, that's what's up, man. That's not my car to be doing all that though. I just need a rental.
Him
sent
turning
all
that
the
heat
rental.
on. Him turning the heated seats on and the heat on, and we was freezing, but it got cold out there, dog. When the sun started going out, I said, "Zo, boy, it getting cold out here, boy." Like it wasn't cold when the game started. You're like, "Yeah," but you were like, "Hell yeah." It wasn't cold when the game started.
Yeah, when you
when that sun started dropping, boy, it started getting cold. Turn the heated seats on. He turned on. Go ahead.
My little sister worked at Hurt, so she used to she hooked it up with the what's called, but I guess because the hurricane that just passed, they moved all the cars out the airport, so all they had was Teslas. So it wasn't because I wanted a Tesla. It's like it wasn't really much options. That's all I could reserve. So the car is not bad. Don't get me wrong, but to go in there and be tweaking all them sweat settings and all that, like, and it's intrusive, man. Like it asks for like when you go in there, it's like if you want to see any of the album info, you gotta like log in on the screen, like into your title, to your Apple Music, or to your Spotify. Yeah. Like you can't just like, I mean, I'm sure you can, but everything's a USB-C port, so you can't just plug your iPhone in and then use that. You gotta. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not saying it's too much. It's just a lot. So if you
it's different. I mean, I get it. Yeah, it's different.
You gotta configure the car to you.
Yeah, it's different. I get it. I thought it was cool. I don't necessarily like how they look though. I like. You told me I like the S model, but that told me that was one of the first ones, huh?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones. The Plaid kind of looks similar. The one that's like 140, 150,000. I really like the new SUV one they got. I like that.
Listen, for the money,
for the Model Y.
The Model
for the money I got to pay, bro. For the money I got to pay, I need something that look better. I'm with Street on that. That's why I'm like the EV shit.
I agree.
I need y'all got to tighten up. Like Fiat's supposed to be bringing a Fiat never brought their EVs over here, but now they're gonna try to bring their EVs over here in another 2 years or whatever. They're gonna be like low cost option. I think over in Europe they run for like 20,000 or whatever, and they're gonna bring them over here for like the same price or lower. But I'm just like, man, nobody don't want that shit. Like people will buy that over there, but man, like the majority of the people, like they don't want to buy the way those cars look, bro. Nobody want to buy that crap.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
the
I
Lucid
realized
look
what they
hard, like Don said.
tried to do. I realized what they tried to do with that model that looks like a little like the X6. They tried to make like a BMW X6 and they failed at it.
Pretty much.
Me and Gerald was talking about, they did. And me and Gerald was talking about that yesterday. Like they failed at it. Because I always wondered, like, what is that? But I realized that's what they tried to do. They tried to make like the X6 and the X4.
Right, and it's $60,000 to $80,000. And my thing for 60 to 80, I drive a Yoda SUV. My Yoda SUV has better leather seats in it than the Tesla.
I agree.
So that part was like, I can't. If I'm gonna pay more, then you gotta give me more.
This is the other car he got. The Taycan. What is it?
The Taycan is nice.
The Taycan.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice.
I had to leave too early in the morning. I was gonna drive this around the corner and holler at people kids. But I had to get up and leave too early, though. I was gonna floss. No, I don't want no scrubs. I was gonna floss like a mug. I was gonna take pictures and all. But here's a two-seater though. It don't look like that.
Yeah, I guess that's a
two-door. I mean,
yeah. Now I'm looking at that 4-door you see.
Yeah, it looks more like it looks like a Panamera more than a.
Yeah,
that might be a 911.
He had a two-door.
Look nice.
He had a two-door out. Let me see. Should have took a picture of it and posted it on Instagram. You see, I could fly. I don't even fly when I get a chance to fly. Yeah, he had a two. His was a two-door. I think it was more like this.
I'll tell you what's about this though. People ain't big on EVs yet, but when this new Dodge Challenger comes out, this EV one,
man. Oh my god.
Which one? What, a Dodge Challenger coming out with an EV car?
Dodge Challenger, yeah, and they put simulated like engine noises and everything in the back of this thing. Like, it's funny, man.
Hell no.
All the dope boys from the
simulated engine noises, man.
Yeah, they got to because there's no engine in it.
Hell no. Right. You got to hear that hum of that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you already got collectors who trying to get one.
How much is it gonna cost?
A grip, easily 6 figures.
Shout out to Soda Long. Why don't we have any senior or junior playmakers?
Because they were probably recruited by Manny.
Manny recruited all of them, Manny.
Good answer.
Mind you,
Ivy ain't a playmaker. Come on, guys.
Street.
I was gonna say that. Yeah,
COVID recruited Cam. What you say, Medi?
We were just talking the other day about how May would just take whoever was there, like whoever basically didn't say no. And now we wondering why we ain't got no senior, junior playmakers. Like, that's why, because the ones that
kind of turned into
the ones that we were supposed to get went to other schools.
Well, also the simple fact that development, but it's the development, bro. The development has been bad, like really, really bad. Like there's no arguing about that. Medi's right. His recruiting is crap. Like he's just taking people, but at the same time, we did get some diamonds and some gems. You know what I'm saying? Or guys that could be shined into diamonds, but they haven't been developed properly.
Let me ask you a counter question. Let's say, Kyle, you recruit a guy, you coach him up for a few years, you leave to take a different job, right? I come in the entire time you've been coaching him, he's been marginal at best. I come in, get him in one season, he making plays. Whose fault that is?
My fault, probably. It's my fault because I either.
Go ahead,
bro. I was gonna say either I didn't coach him up right, or there's something with the scheme that you put him in a better scheme for him to succeed. Like, yeah, I put the work in with him, but if it's showing with you, there's something you got out of him that I didn't. That's just my opinion.
And that's kind of how I look at it with the what's called, because we look at, you was just about to say it, like, and I agree with you. Yeah, development matters, and we look at someone like T-Rob, who got Alabama's DBs looking like they've regressed, but a guy comes here in one season, and all of a sudden they act like DJ Ivy a world beater, and he's balling. Don't get me wrong, he's making plays like pretty much all season, like maybe not all the time, and he still has his moments and his lapses, but they defend him in that room every time, and they always speak about how when they're not defending him, he seemingly making plays. So at the end of the day, we got to kind of start looking at that track record. And if Manny got a track record of A, just taking whoever will come, and B, not getting the fullest potential out of him, that's a slight on Manny. So then now, fast forward to these guys are now seniors and juniors. We're like, man, how come it seemed like freshmen are taking these dudes spots? It's because they weren't good players to begin with. We just took them because you got all that facade shit, like, oh, he truly wanted to be a Hurricane. Like, no. the guys who probably wanted to saw your track record and realized you don't have a habit of developing players. And that's why it's like everybody's talking about, oh, Manny for the Boys Award winner with another guy's defensive players.
Again.
What do you got nominated? It
don't matter. I don't care. Those are his players.
But that's again, Medi. He came over with and I'm not saying that. Maybe Manny is a decent D quarter. I don't know. I don't believe in him. But that's the second time, Medi. He came over here and took Al Golder's recruits, and they balled out for 2 or 3 seasons. And then that shit just started to fucking regress.
And mind you, it ain't like he gonna come out here and pluck whatever South Florida players he want. That's not happening. So that means you got to recruit basically everything above the state of Florida. You got to go against the Alabamas, the Georgias of the world, and you got to recruit the Northeast now, and hope that they're the same caliber of player. Good luck.
What you think Manny defense is fun to play in?
I think Manny's defense don't have nothing to think about, just like last year's offense.
Right.
If you ain't got to think,
I think it's fun.
You make a mental mistake. It makes it
sucks to be a linebacker in it. One shot. Shout out to Tyreek Stevenson. I saw somebody shaking everybody's hand as they walked through the locker room yesterday, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" I couldn't tell who it was. I had to get closer to him. I actually took a picture. I put it in the villain chat. Cause Tyreek's so big, he don't look like a cornerback, though. Like, and it was Tyreek. Tyreek shook everybody's hand as they walked in the locker room. So I know a lot of y'all be asking who's the leader and who does. You know what I'm saying? Who's these guys? I think Tyreek Stevenson gets forgotten sometimes.
He played well the past 2 games too. I would say he's played a lot better the past 2 games.
Is he leaving?
He got to be leaving.
I keep. Somebody said that again. That I don't even know if the people are right. They said Ivy had another year of eligibility. I'm just like, wait a minute. Like he does?
Yeah.
That COVID hit different. It just don't be seeming like it because dudes left. Like, you gotta really.
Well, we talked about that before. It's not that. It's not that. It's just that we talked about that before. Then somebody corrected us and said no, he didn't have another year left. See, maybe you see Don saying no, he's done. I don't know if he does or not. I keep hearing different things.
Even if he does have another year, I really feel like with what he's put on tape, it would make no sense for him to come back and play college football again. Because there ain't no guarantee that he's going to have a better productive season than what he's doing right now. I would definitely take my tape and run. Get in my bag and run.
Because at this point, you beat don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much more you can get being here. Whether it's a die, whether it's DVD, whoever, he did a solid job this season, and I think an NFL team will commend him. Even like because I think Navarro posted out that there were scouts at that game last night. Despite what y'all think, yeah, it was scouts at that Miami game yesterday.
It's always scouts at the games, man.
Yeah, because these people know something.
Mm-hmm.
We can just steal. We can just steal
scouts here when we play at home.
Yeah, we could just steal this defense for cheap. So, oh yeah, we could just not draft that dude.
And I bet they salivating about Mesidor. They're like, man, I hope he comes out because he's a redshirt sophomore, right?
I was getting drafted. I keep telling people that. I don't know why I get mad or whatever, but I was getting drafted.
You think he's getting drafted, Cal?
Abby is getting drafted. It may be 7th or 6th or 5th round, but he's getting drafted.
Yeah, yesterday the Bills, Panthers, Jets, Bears, and Jaguars had scouts in the building.
Don, he's getting drafted. Don, now we had this. I'm telling you, I got to think about Jens and how the draft works. Don was one of those people last year saying Rambo was going first round, and I'm like, no, it don't work like that. You see, Ivy's gonna be on the opposite end. Yeah, Ivy's gonna be on the opposite ends of the spectrum because of his size and the big. Think about the draft. I'm saying he's worthy or he should get drafted. We'll revisit this, bro. He's getting drafted.
Kind of remind me of the Artie Burns argument. And I bet somebody that Artie Burns was going to go. I bet Williams that Artie Burns was going to go. He went first round, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I knew Artie Burns was a track guy. I knew Artie Burns was going to run really fast. I knew that.
Mm-hmm. Miller going to play on Sundays too. I agree with that.
Who?
It's intangibles.
Miller, Jordan Miller, the D tackle.
So he may have a forward situation. I give you that, but no, he really shouldn't be. He shouldn't be drafted, but we'll see.
Hey, can we while we're on this Miller subject, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, I need to know what Rod Wright is doing in that room to make someone like Jafari Harvey not realize a fumble is a fumble and be moaning over it.
No, that's not all right. That's not all right, bro. That's not all right.
I don't think we can blame him, maybe. I think that's the individual.
Yeah, that's on Jafari, no.
You learned that as a kid. You don't play to the whistle blow. I mean, you play to the whistle blow. I'm looking at that play like, there's no whistle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on him, Matty.
Hey, I don't think it matters because he's not relevant, but he would absolutely be on a Mr. Go 30.
Jafari Harvey?
Absolutely.
He was hissing a fit, wasn't he? What was the scenario? Explain the scenario to people. What was the scenario?
Mestor gets a backside pressure, perfect execution, hits Uyunglele as before he gets in that throwing motion. Ball goes out. Jafari thought he had a pick. He got it from his lap. He dropped it, so he starts like getting upset and pouting. I ain't gonna call it pouting, but he's like, like I should have had that, without realizing that it was the actual fumble and not a throw. Miller has the wherewithal to grab the ball, pick it up, and run down the sideline.
Right in front of me.
That wasn't a normal. Right in front of me. He's saying that Marvin, that wasn't a normal mistake. I think Marvin just be wanting to say the opposite of what we say. That wasn't normal, bro. Everybody, even when it's
Marvin, you played football.
When those plays are obvious, kids still jump on the ball or pick it up and act like the ref. You know what I'm saying? That's an everyday play, bro. You pick that ball up, and if he would have picked it up as opposed to Miller, that would have been a touchdown, bro. That's not a regular mistake, bro. You play to the whistle, bro. You learn that. You 5 years old, bro.
Right. Shout out to New King with the 499. Y'all think Florida pulling Marcus Stroh scholarship was fair? Well, he go back to Penn State. We need TBD back next year.
What position does Marcus Stokes play?
I gotta fill me in on that. What happened?
Well, this is kind of like what happened at Clemson, right? Just TVD never won nothing, right? With your boy and Sunshine coming in. I wish, but we don't have Sunshine. But
Kelly Bryant.
Oh,
So
that
Marcus
happens all
Stokes.
the time,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that happens all the time.
Tim Burns, Ja'Cory Hammett. It happens.
Yeah, because I'm even looking at like even the board we have right now with in terms of recruiting. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at it. So they pulled his scholarship after a video of him using a racial slur surfaced on Friday.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he white?
Yeah. And his nickname on Twitter is Marcus Joker Stokes. What would Dave Chappelle say in this moment? Gotcha, bitch.
What? Where that came from, Rich?
That's
you
what
right.
Dave Chappelle said.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh man.
So you saying the question is, was it fair? Yeah, I mean, when that again, still same thing. It happens when certain things happen, when kids do certain things or whatever. It could be. It don't have to be that. It could be some other trouble they get in or whatever. They get their scholarships pulled. It happens. Somebody gonna pick them up. He'll play somewhere, but Florida might not have wanted all that. You know what I'm saying?
Rich, you laughing at yourself, dog? Gotcha, bitch. You laughing at yourself? Let's get out of here, man. Y'all good?
Yeah, we good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, man. We probably
Bring
get
on-
in there and do a villain group me or something.
Bring on the off season.
Tonight, man. Talk about some of this stuff we can't talk about in public. If you want to join and become a football villain, man, you hit the join button right there. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. 786-405-9499. If you want to join and become a football villain, get access to our Ruben Bain update we put out this morning. And now we got a whole transfer portal list in there. Got a lot of information in there. Nice read we put up in there. Somebody has some perspective on Miami. Hit the join button right under the subscription, or just hit member section in the down in the details in the description down there. It's also in there. Or you just hit right there where the logo is, where we got the subscribers. See the 70,000 subscribers right now? You just hit right there under there and hit the join button. Listen, man, you want to get with IOD Squad Investor Data. The market opens tomorrow. You can come watch us trade, do our thing, talk about NFTs, talk about is crypto. All of that's on the Discord, man. Come check us out. Send us a text if you need one-on-one. We're not financial advisors. All we do is show you what we do, and then leave it up to you if you want a copy. So say it, 786-459-9499. That's the number. Or just click the link. It's pinned at the top of the comment. The links are everywhere. People still text me and be like, Street, where the link at? Man, don't put off tomorrow something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm D.